Hello YouTube, Damo _23 here, and welcome back to another episode of the Non-League to Legend save here in France, as we look to take Paris 13 Atletico up the divisions and make them go from semi-pro to better than PSG. Since we last met, I haven't done too much, but we are going to just recap quickly what I ended off in the last episode, because we are live on Twitch. Links down below. Give us a follow on the Twitch channel, and more importantly, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. The amount of people that are unsubscribed that watch these videos but are showing great support is immense. So get your subscriptions in. It costs you free to press the red button down below, but also giving a like helps support it to other people around the community, which is great. On top of that, we had a really good year. I recapped that all. You saw the end of season yesterday. But what we're going to do here is actually have a bit of a chat about a few bits of news that we've had come through the club as of right now, which is great for the club in terms of profit, etc. And obviously have a bit of a chat about the squad. I do have my Twitch chat live, and this is going to be the Season 4 rebuild as we look to progress from being a team fighting relegation and finish mid-table. The goal for me is to get in the mid-table fight. 12th to 8th, that's the, about the mark. If I can finish in between those spots there, I'm happy. And then if we aim for that and finish 13th, we'll be okay. You might be thinking, Damien, what is this? The 4-2-3-1, if you did not watch, is the team that we did really well in towards the end of the season. We played it a lot. It looked good. I'm going to give it a go next year. Second thing that I want to say about it is obviously we haven't selected some players in that squad. These are the players that we need to speak about because I want to improve these positions. I did say in the last episode, Barker's someone that is maybe a luxury one. He's played well enough for me to go, with Collie, we don't need to go crazy. We've got a young attacking midfielder coming in as well. It's not a bad role to have maybe, how are you? Didn't explain what we're going to do for the year. So you come in at a good time. We maybe might actually keep Yanis Barker in. And just let him play Shadow Striker for the rest of the year. We did mention this in the last episode, but he's had some very good match ratings, most notably against EA Gunayp, who are fighting to go up. But yeah, that's a luxury transfer, but the actual transfers we need to find are the ones that as follow. Now, Gulabali did play out there to the end of last year. Played okay. We did make that signing in order to encourage Senegalese players to come across. Second thing that I will say with that as well is Diarra's probably at his age, is getting a bit old. We stayed up. He wants money, big money. There is a world where I'll release Diarra, but he's not going to play across the free spots either. So we either get Marvin to play on the wide right or get him on the left-hand side. So we need either a left winger or a right winger, depending on which one that is first choice. Important to note, we do not need the biggest squad. My goal is to bring a lot of youngsters through. We have a very older squad, and for us bringing in youngsters that develop, we'll make more money when we sell them on for resale. Hence why I've been looking a lot at the under-19s that are being released here in France. In terms of then the other positions, we've seen the Fragilities. Sanu, been a great backup keeper, but, he's had some moments, but made some mistakes in the run-in. We're probably going to release him. Desprez is the one, right? Yes, he's great on the ball, but everything else, shocking. Doesn't make enough saves. Yeah, he's good for this level, but I think we need to go after a keeper, and that is our number one priority, is probably a keeper. On top of that, you will say that Karamoko is probably not good enough to be a centre-back at this level, and I feel like if we can get those two big spots done, goalkeeper and centre-back, we will be in a much better position to play the 4-2-3-1 more weeks than not, and obviously we have looked good in the 4-2-3-1 this year, that I think this is the system moving forward. Lastly, Matty, I feel like we would be better with an actual winger that may get in behind. Now, I am very partial to actually playing two inside forwards or a winger next year, or an inverted winger, and going with two wing backs that can get up and down, because we've seen Joe Lucas impact games really well. He wants a new deal. He's a decent footballer. I have a lot of time for him. If he's on the bench, it's great because it shows the progression of the squad. He's someone that can play right back. He can also fill in at left back, even though we're signing a backup left back. Centre mid, centre defensive mid. He gives you all the options. I think if he's your backup player in a good spot, if he's your starter, we've seen that he's a little bit out the depth. Hence why you see we got the left wing spot open at the minute, but could be right wing. We've got the defender spot, the keeper spot, and the inverted wing back. I think those are the positions that we're going to focus on in this episode and look to try and make signings in. Terms of transfers in, even though we have mentioned in previous episodes, I will go through. Kylian Hammamoud is the backup left back. I just feel like with the potential that he does have, coming from Marseille, he's very physical. If we need him to play left wing back as a backup and Matty has to play right back, you've got an option. If he's on the bench and Matty has to start at left back because Lucas is suspended for a game, we can do that too. Gives us a couple of options. So if we sign a first team right back, we've got a couple of options at left back. I just feel like people with this potential, with that determination and those physicals at this level are good enough to play game time. And he's someone we could sell on for resale. And then Ryan is actually someone that I think we could play with next year. Attacking midfield on attack, I've used it. It has worked. In Gatch, I haven't used ever on FM. And I'll be interested to see how an advanced playmaker on attack works. I love that he comes deep. I love he's got a good first touch. And I love he's very well-rounded. I love that he's got 3 under 20 caps already for Algeria with 2 goals. Coming from Lyon, I think that this guy could come in and actually develop into a very good footballer and someone that we could sell on for a big amount of profit as well. And that's the thing. At our level and this early in the season, we're not signing kids to come in and develop and be the guys that get us into the Champions League and stuff. We're signing kids that can develop, impact the game, maybe get us up the league, maybe get us maybe one day up into Division 1, but also players that can develop and sell. And that's what we're going to do. In terms of anything else that we need to mention, we have already mentioned as well that Sanaf, has got the interest. We mentioned that last episode. Do keep an eye out. I will come back in this episode if there's any big moments or big amounts of moves with Sanaf. Lastly, the information that impacts us the most. I haven't been able to understand or find where you can improve your scouting range of your scouting network. Obviously you had the packages, which are here, right, which you can, search for players and they'll come up in your search. But you've always been able to go, you can search in your country, then your region, and then worldwide, right? I haven't been able to improve that, which I want to do, because financially we're in a not bad spot with the balance at the moment. Secondly, unfortunately the stadium plans have been shelved. I kind of expected that we don't have anywhere near enough money at the moment. And we have a 380-seater stadium, which the league has told us you can no longer play at. We have to rent a new stadium, and we have got the Stadia Charolette has come in. Paris FC's home ground. We're going to share with Paris FC. And the beautiful thing about that is it's a 19,000-seater capacity stadium. If we get some big ties in the cup or we get some big games in the run-in next year, we could maybe sell it out and go from the very little gate receipts that we're getting to the big gate receipts. And because I'm planning to keep this wage budget as similar as possible to what it was this year, which is 40,000, we could make bulk money and really make a really good projection. And I wonder what our projection for next year is going to be. They're actually projecting us to make a loss. Now, I don't think we will make a loss, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Anyhow, we will be back with any updates, transfer-wise, players that reject us, or anything like that, that of note, and with some ideas what we're going to do, or a sale of Sanaf, even though I don't want that to happen either. Here we go, YouTube. Part of the rebuild. Thought we'll get a save in there as well there quickly, just in case the cat wants to turn the computer off. We have our first bit of transfer business that we're trying to wrap up. We've actually made an offer somewhere else, which I'll touch on in a second. But the most important one is Lucas. Was looking for keepers. I'll show you my parameters in a second that we've looked for. He's leaving Bayern on a free. He wanted to be a backup. I told him he'll be first choice because he's much better when you compare him with our keeper in Didier. Kills him everywhere. Just kills him everywhere. Cannot wait to see this kid come in if he wants to. The next thing that he wants to do, right, is, when they're good, if we reset everything, that was what he wanted, without me saying anything. When they come in, when a player turns around, and the most I've sold a person for ever is 800k, the biggest release fee that I have for relegation is like 400, and he turns around, I want a 1.3 mil release fee, you go for him. He's good. So let's go and see what sort of deal we can get, mate. To get him in, 750k, I'm happy with. Wage rise, yeah, you would take that. He wants a big amount of signing on fee, which I'm not happy with. But let's get that down to 29. Agent fee to 5. Now it's the wage for me. I got no prior knowledge. I've got no scout report on him, but we don't have anything to scout with. Let's see what that's like. Disappointed? That's okay, mate. We can still live with that he's disappointed. Let's just get these down. Get that down. He is a really good player, so I don't want to screw this up. But look, 3.6. We're really close. Okay. Let's go 3.7, and I'll just drop that down to even numbers. 825. Boom. Happy with that. Happy with that. That could be our first piece of business. In terms of the scouting parameters we're looking at command of area handling, kicking, 1-on-1 positioning, jumping reach. 12. If you match 6 from 6, he actually misses out, and it's only these 3 Donnarumma's brothers there, which was another option. When you match 5 from 6 and search from age, He's the second oldest keeper there. The other one's Bar, but I don't think he's as good. And then you look at Lucas coming up, and he's that well-rounded. Man, he could be the backup keeper for Bayern right now. Played 24 games in Liga 3, did okay. Bayern's second team's never overly great. Has never played for Bayern Munich, but has done well for the Bayern 2 side when he has played. Secondly, we have made an offer somewhere else. You guys know who this is. He's finally turned 18. His name is Issa Indoor. We finally paid the 2K to scout him. And with that scouting, it's come back saying that he's this good. I'm actually thinking he's a better inside forward, and we're going to play him on the left if we sign him. We've put a bid in. Hopefully he chooses us, and then we're going to play him on the left-hand side with those physicals, running at people with that flair, getting him behind and helping Collie out, and he can play up front if we need to as well. And I think if he comes in, it could spell the end for Fata Mundi Diarra, who's been a really, really, really good part of this side. But to be fair, maybe we could convince him to be a fringe player and keep him at the football club as well. Welcome back, YouTube. 2 bits of news. I'm going to do this really quick. Firstly, Issa Indoor, accepted, done. He's in. First signing. Second thing, we made the bid for Lucas. He accepted, and then Bayern have triggered a 1-year extension. He's worth $0 to $16, so we're going to do this live. We're going to get him in. I do not care. He's coming in. All right, done. 37K. That's fine. Now let's see if we get another deal done for him, and then see if he comes in. Because this time Bayern can't reject it. My only issue is that he might turn around and say, I don't want to come now, because he's now got another year at Bayern. Let's hope that's not the case, because if that's the case, I'm going to loan him in for a year. I think he's the best keeper that we can get to, from what I've seen. So, this is the dramas that you get on stream. So, links down below. Follow us live. He wants to improve the training facilities. Look, I want to improve the training facilities. I think you're a first-choice keeper, mate. We've already been through this, okay? No other clubs are interested. I do not care. Look, I'm going to ask for that. If we go up, you can have a 20%. We know exactly what we want. We want a 3.3K. 3.5. Let's drop that down. Let's drop this down. 875 release fee this time. 3.9. 39. Still at 5. Drop that down to 20. Here we go. Look, if you're going to do that, mate, I want a 1 mil relegation release fee. Let's just make it 925. Alright, we're good. Okay, it costs us more money this time around. I do not care. I think he's too good. It costs us more money this time around. Could have just dropped that relegation release fee a lot, because we're not... I don't want to say never, but if we didn't get relegated this year, and we escape this year, we're not going to get relegated next year. Anyhow, we're back in contact talks with him. I think he's worth 4.3K a week. I've played a lot of FM. To me, he looks like a very good keeper for this level. And not only that, he looks like a guy that is going to be able to keep in the future. We do get the updated Issa Indoor scout. It's cost us 2K to get that scout report, but I think that's worth it. Getting a guy on a 3.5 star, 5-star potential League 2. Something tells me if he plays week in, week out and develops, he's probably going to be a League 1 footballer. I'm happy with the decisions we are making so far. YouTube. Lucas, Paris 13 Atletico. He's being signed. Bring on the 10th of June to find out how good he is. 37K. Looking at that, at 6'2" with 60 determination, to me, that looks like a steal. To you, that may look different. So let me know in the comment section down below if you think he was the right guy to go after. From what I could tell about being a well-rounded keeper who can shot stop a bit, he's the best that we could find, and he was the youngest too, or the second youngest, so I'm happy with that. I'm just going to sim forward here, see if we could find maybe a updated scout report for him, because now we've signed him. I wonder. Let's find out. The 10th we find out officially. Let's find out. Do we get a scout report on him? We don't. I'm not going to scout him either. That's fine. Beautiful. All right. We're going to go over it. Can I just say his reputation's 1.5 star, which is pretty good for us. When we come back, it's going to be the 10th, because I'm not planning on making a signing till then. We still need a centre back. We still need a right back, but I'm already up to only 1.9K left in the wage budget. We might need to make a sale somewhere down the line as well. Welcome back in YouTube. It is the 10th. We have not sim forward yet, so we don't know how good Lucas is. So he's not in our shortlist. He's not in our thing there. We do have him obviously coming in with Indoor, who we know how good he is. In terms of what we have done is we've just laid out the squad, how it looks. We have got, obviously, officially Ryan has joined the club, which is great, and officially Hamadoud has joined the club, which is great. If you have a look at the general information, Lucas Valle has apparently turned into a 5-star little potential right wing back that can play centre back at 6'2". Might be worth him looking in next year, maybe getting some minutes if we can at some stage as well. But without further ado, the main reason we're here is to go through and see what happens. You might be saying, Damien, what happened to the balance? Our bonuses for staying up came out. But do you know that we do get our TV revenue money coming up shortly as well, so it should balance itself out. All right, here we are. This is the biggest moment of the save so far in terms of transfers, because if we've just sent this amount of money and he's not good, we're in trouble. And straight off the bat, he's 3-star. Okay, let's see why he's 3-star. Straight away, Indoor, fantastic. Looks out of this world. Our coaches reckon he's a League One potential, and I trust Fabrizio, because for those that don't know or cannot remember or haven't seen it when we signed Fabrizio, he's got a 16 ability with 17 potential judgment, so he's very good. And yeah, all right. So first thing we're going to do with Indoor is on the left as an inside forward on attack, mate, and you're going to work double time. We're not training yet, so obviously we can't do it. All right, so you're going to go in there. We're going to have a look at Schiller in a second, or Schinler in a second, and Indoor's going to go straight into there to create what is nearly your starting 11. All right, you bring him in. He's got that potential. That's good. He's got good League One potential. Woohoo! I like that. Apparently, he's only a decent National League player, but is at the same level as Didier. Yet again, I don't understand how they think Didier is this good. Lucas is got better shot stopping, better distribution, better in the air, better speed off his line, same physicality, uses out mentally. Yes, the communication of Didier is fantastic, but there's so much that Lucas does so well. He's a sweeper keeper on attack, apparently. Not on support and doesn't like him to defend. On attack? I haven't used a sweeper keeper on attack ever. Am I about to? Look, he's German. He comes from the Neuer levels. Maybe this is a signing that progresses the philosophy of the football club to eventually be a possession-based system, and we go to like that heavy pressing high up the field system when we eventually become really good. I think he's great. I'm actually going to switch it to sweeper keeper on attack for pre-season, see how it goes. I think we made a really good signing there. For me, he's got to develop. He's 23. He's got 1 year left of really good development. And keepers generally develop to their 26, 27, 28. I think he's going to come in and be fantastic. So I think at 6'2" he's great. I think the first thing we're getting working on is, he knows that obviously playing goals, is his sweeper keeping. And let's try and get that one-on-one and that command of area up a touch. He has very good rushing out, but let's try and get it done there as well. Yeah, that's what Berger just said in the chat. We are live, of course, here, YouTube. Yeah, let's hope he's not going to be too risky. That leaves us, as I'm saving, we need to sign a centre-back and a right-back. Still got 3.2k there because we have obviously starting to release players. So there we are. Lastly, Diarra, every time we go to offer a contract, wants to still be an important player. He refuses to take a deal with a squad player or an impact sub. He wouldn't mind being a regular player, but then he wants a wage increase to 1.8k. I can't fathom it. It may just come to a fact that we might have to release him and look for another backup option on the bench as well. YouTube, finally it's happened. We knew it was going to. There's clubs interested in Sanif. We've had our first bid. It's from Lille, sorry, not Lyon. Not much. 4-6 months, so they're trying to fleece me over time to pay very little. 550, 650 to 1.1 mil. Selling him does free up a foreign spot, but it does give me the issue of how do we replace him in the middle of the park. Maybe we'll go with someone a bit more experienced. Go with an experienced midfield 2 in the 4-2-3-1. I'm definitely not saying yes to this deal. I just want to know how much they would offer. Like, let's just gonna go stupid here and just say 2.5 mil. They walked away. I need 2 mil. Either 2 mil up front or 2 mil with clauses plus sell on percentage, because he will eventually sell on somewhere. But yeah, let's go and see what he actually wants to stay. It might not seem realistic, but signing transfer targets sticking around. Understand that you don't think it's realistic, but have faith in our youngsters. Reasonable amount. How much do you want to go for? 1.7. 2 mil? Right, 1.8 mil. He wants to go for 1.8 mil. I think that's the goal now. 1.8 mil. We get a bid for Shane Shanif. That puts us massively in the club, like hugely, in terms of finances. If you see down here, 20% transfer revenue. We get 20% of if he goes for 1.8. And our budget, our balance will get to about 1.5, roughly. It's not a bad spot to be in, to be fair. I don't want to sell him, but he's someone that we can definitely look the ship on for good profit and then find a cheap or a free signing in the middle that's going to do a job as well. Welcome back, YouTube. We're here because we have the Shane Shanif drama. We have rejected a few bids from Lyon. We rejected from Brest. We do have a bid at the moment from... I do believe we have a bid at the moment for Lyon of 1.1 mil. 675, 400 plus 30. I'm going to reject that straight away because that's not the offer that we got. We have got an offer from Watford. Now, I would like him to go to a top flight club because it inflates his value and it inflates the percentage of profit we could get if we sell him. Important to note, Watford just got relegated, I do believe. They did. They finished 19th in the Prem. Still got Joe Pedro. If you have a look at the championship odds, they predicted to go into the playoffs at a minimum. Ideally, they probably could go straight back up, which would be nice. He's got Ndombele that he would have to compete with, but he probably plays in there. The reason why I'm thinking about taking this is I said to him, if we get a bid of 1.8, I'll accept it. Lyon offered me 800k, and I was like, look, would you even want to take him for 1.8? I'll offer it, and he rejected it, and he said, you priced me out. And I said, 1.8. Now, this totals up to 1.8. It's 700 up front, which is great, because most of that's going to go into the club, get us towards the 1 mil mark in the club's coffers, which is good for maybe the next facility upgrade. Secondly, gives me a little bit more money in the wage budget. On top of that, over the next 12 months, we're guaranteed 700k, which is fantastic, right? Which is 350k now in 12 months and 350k the year after. Those two installments, if we stay in League 2, will be enough for me to make profit in both those years, comfortably. 140k in league appearances, 10. If he's in the championship, I expect him to play for Watford, so that's guaranteed. All of a sudden, you're looking at 1.55 mil guaranteed. Last thing is international duty, 1 game, 230k. I think this guy's knocking on the door to play for the US at some point, and maybe coming from my league to a slightly more reputable league in the championship, playing well in a team that gets promoted, he gets that as well. We also get 50% whatever he sells on for. I'm telling you right now, if he goes to Watford, he plays well, and he gets them up, he could move for big money. I hate having to take this, but I think we have to. And there we go. I hate having to take that, but I think we have to, and there we go. Mate, I would take him back on loan to the end of the season as well. Watford offered a loan back for the rest of the year. I've got it. We got Solomon going on loan. I would take Shane back for 1 extra year, help me stay in the league, develop, go to Watford get promoted, off you go. I would take that. Because it's money in the club, and I get to use him for the year. For free, and it's money in the club. I will take that. With that being said, we need to get scout reports there on Solomon, because Solomon can still develop, hopefully, as well. One of our young prospects. But there we go. Okay, so that's that done. In terms of in the transfers, you haven't seen anyone else come in pre-season, by the way. I've played 2 games, 1 3-2 and 2-1 in the 4-2-3-1. Was 3-0 up here. 3-0 up here, made changes. Wilburton scored 2 goals late. And then against VAFC, we should have been like 9 goals up. Collie missed every one-on-one. Indoor looks like a worldie of a player because he scored a worldie in this game, which I will show you next time because I am getting pushed for time because I do have work. I've been live for 3.5, 4 hours scouting. In terms of other signings, we finally find a centre-back that actually wants to come to me. The only thing I'll say about Paolo Gozzi is we put a bid in. It's like 50k up front plus clauses to get to 300k. There is a clause in there that if he plays for Nigeria, we have to pay him like 100k, but oh well. For me, he's very good. He's physical, he's quick for this level, which is great. Good headering, good marking, good tackling, and very well-rounded mentals for this level. The only thing, two things that is against him. A, left-footed, and we've already got a Wisser who's left-footed. Don't like playing two left-footed centre-backs. Secondly, 5'11". I feel like at this division, you need to be able to be tall and deal with headers. But the fact we could pick him up so cheap and the fact he's so physically quick, those balls over the top, he might be able to sweep up on. And we could technically play him as a ball-playing defender. So something to look forward to there as well as we're looking to progress this tactic and maybe move to two ball-playing defenders because Wisser's actually got 11 vision, 11 passing. So for me, he could be a ball-playing defender and defend as well. And he's got a reasonable right foot. There's a partnership there to be had, I think. Shane Sanif is on his way to Watford, maybe. We'll come back with any confirmation that we find out. Welcome back, YouTube. We've won the race for Horian Dosu. This Senegalese link that we have up front is going to be massive. In he comes. He looks fantastic. And I think we're going to play him on the left-hand side as the inside forward. Let's go find out together how good he is. He looks better than the other one we have here. 84k out of the 275k coming out. 2.2k a week. This scouting that we've done in Africa is paying off. It's the only... on the scouting we've done in Senegal is paying off, really. It's only been Senegal we've really looked at. Still waiting to see what Shane does. He's making a decision. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Oh. He is very, very, very good. He is very good. Well, yeah, that's a signing. We love that. Horian Dosu, well, he is arguably our best player. Doesn't come in as our best player, still with Shane. But, yeah, we look good now. So, Horian Dosu is going to come in. I'm going to get him into here. Marvin's injured, which works out not well, but yeah. And I'm going to get Dosu in there. He's going to learn to play as a inside forward on attack on that side. Because have a look at him as an inside forward on attack on this side here. Looks very good. Great footballer. Indoor on the other side. Inside forward on attack for sure as well. Inside forward on attack. Get him sitting narrower. Get him in. There we go. Does mean we probably need to go and find a wing back now. I'm going to get Matty just to play as a bit of a wing back traditionally. He's wanted at the minute. I would sell. But yeah, we do need to find a wing back. And hopefully we get to a couple of the other sales. Next time we come back in, it will be the last part that we do. So hopefully next time I'm going to come back, it's whatever Shane Sanif decides or Pablo Gozzi does, unless we get an overriding bid from one of the clubs that are wanted by him. You know, unless Bruges or Lille come in with a massive bid. Next time we see each other, it'll be his decision. And if we sign the centre back, and we'll come, you know, and we'll come and give you a right back signing next episode. But yeah, look, yet again, if you look at our front three, right, it's a Senegalese right winger / left winger, Frenchman, that's nice, Dosu, who is a Senegalese left or right winger, and Collie, who's been here a bit, is also Senegalese as well. It's a very good front three that all three of them in some form could be playing for Senegal. The African combinations could kill us. But yeah, hopefully they're not going to get caught up anytime soon. Welcome back, YouTube. Last part of the transfer / pre-season planning video. We have got a couple things to talk about quickly. Firstly, transfer history. Paulo Gozzi is the new centre-back in town. We did show him. Did show you him last time out, I think, in the last little part of the episode. I've got ready for work. He's come in. He hasn't played a preseason game. He's only just come in. But yeah, we have got him in through the door, which is great. But the main reason we're here is the big one. Shane Sanif is going to be a Watford midfielder. In saying that, though, we get 150k into the budget. It's a 1.4 mil bid. We are guaranteed 230k after he plays one game for the USA, 140k after 10 matches played for Watford if he ever does, which I think he will. We also get him on loan for the rest of the season, and we get 50% of profit of his next sale. I think that's a really good bid. Here he goes. He's going to come back on loan. He is here. Look, might be due with it. He was here originally. That makes no sense. All right, there we go. Appreciate concerns, but when players of a caliber, he was here the whole time, so I don't understand how he thinks that they just played together. That's weird, FM. Yep, I'm professional. Okay, whatever. Doesn't bother me. Makes no sense for him to kick up a stink considering he's played minutes alongside him all year, and then we've loaned him back, and there we go. So we have got Sanif somewhere. There he is, back in the football club. I don't believe we're paying any of his wage now either, which is great. So yeah, we paying no wage, no nothing. Watford are paying his full contract. So we get money in the football club. We get $1 million in the overall balance. We get 240K, and our wage budget gets reduced because we're no longer paying his contract. That being said, I think that's a really good deal. Yes, I'd rather still have him. There might be a world. Look, he's worth 2.4 to 4.8 million at Watford in the Championship. If Watford get promoted and he goes back, there's a world where he's going to be worth 5 to 10 and we get 50% whatever he sells on for. And that's huge with the football club. $1 million in the balance. Yes, we didn't want to do it, but there we go. In terms of predictions, because of all the signings and everything, and because the team's been overhauled a little bit, we are now no longer predicted to finish bottom for the first time ever. We are predicted to finish in 17th. Sanaf's still our most important player. They're not getting it right. We will be playing a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 variant as well. But that's going to be the end of the episode there. I don't think I have to touch on everything else. No. I think the only thing that I am going to do is with Zaibo is we are going to withdraw that contract. We don't need him anymore because Shane's come back on loan for the year. We've signed a centre-back in the meantime. So we don't need the 31-year-old. Would have been nice to have him. But look, as things stand, it is what it is. In terms of pre-season, there you go. We will recap the rest of the last 2 games before we play Grenoble on the opening day. Hopefully, we have a very good day out. Till then, I'll see you next time. Thank you, and let me know in the comment section if you think the signings were enough. Will we stay up? I think we will. I think the goal is, will we finish mid-table? Got a sneaking chance, sneaking suspicion, we just might.